Welcome to today's webinar. The topic today is representation of construction stages and transport states in Rfem 6. My name is Andreas Hörold. I'm responsible for marketing and public relations in the company Dlubal Software. For instance, the German and English webinars, technical content of the website, customer projects, and so on. I will be the moderator today, and I will answer your questions during the webinar. My colleague Ulrich Lex will be the presenter. He's responsible for the product development of Rfem 6 and especially for the add-ons construction stages, masonry design, and glass design. And he works also in the customer support team. Okay, I say something how you can ask questions. I switch off my camera that you can see the full screen. You can ask questions via the webinar control panel. You can click on that question mark, then enter your question in that field, press send, and I will receive your question and I will answer you. The other way is to watch the entire webinar and then email your questions to info@dlubal.com. Okay, that's for the moment all from my side. I hand over to Ulrich. Ulrich, you can start.
Thank you very much, Andreas, for your introduction. Hello also from my side to today's webinar. The topic of today's webinar is to design a tower with the add-on construction stage analyze in Rfem 6. The webinar is created in 4 points. The first point is the system, to create the system, to explain the different jobs I want to do. The second step is to define the different stages. The third step is will be the generation of the loads and the loads for the different situations. And at the last step, the calculation and documentation. So that's all for the theory. So I want to go to Rfem to switch to the program. I have already prepared such a tower, what we want to design today. First of all, I want to go to the base data in Rfem. The base data are the global input data I want to say, and one of the most important things is the second tab, the add-ons. On the tab for the add-ons, you can check on or check off the different add-ons you want to have, you want to work with Rfem. Today we need the add-on construction stage analyze and the steel design add-on. Therefore, I checked it on. The rest of the settings are not so important today. They're already on default values. So as I said, I already prepared a system like such a tower. Today we want to design this tower. On the one hand, we want to do the design at the end state, and we want to try to design or take a look at the state maybe of a transport. When such a tower is built, maybe it is manufactured in the company and it's transported to the place where it is built by car or anything else. So therefore we have different load situations. I created for visualization a second file only to show what we want to do today. So these two segments will be the different stages of what we want to take a look at it too. So we have maybe the basement segment, what is created and brought to the place where it is built. The same for the second segment. Here the loading is a little bit different as in the end state. So I switch back to my original file because we want not to create two different files. We want to do it with the add-on construction stages in one file. So how can we start with this job? First of all, I have to think about my different stages. As I said, it's created for the end state. Here it would be okay. The supports are created. So, but the supports in the different stages are different. So I can say, or when I want to image, that my support that the segment 1 is supported maybe on this place and this place, and the segment 2 here on this node and here. So this I have to create in the original file. So I want to assign a new nodal support. Maybe I can first, only to show when it's not supported directly at the end, I can select these members. Maybe I can choose here divide members by distance. Maybe I can choose here a value 1.25 meters. You see the member end is marked like this black arrow. Here is the start, member start, and member end. Now I do not want to divide this member into two single members. That's why I create nodes on member without dividing. Click with OK and have assigned two new nodes. So now I can create a new nodal support. It will be supported in X, Y, and Z direction. Okay. Okay. And I select these two nodes. So for the supports downside, I want to create two new ones because it would be maybe maybe also okay. But I want to show the possibilities with construction stages, and here we can modify the supports in the different stages. That's why I create a second new nodal support that is not fixed in global Z direction. It's free in Z direction. I do not assign now these nodes. This will I do later in construction stage add-on. Okay. Then for the segment 2, I will do the same. I want to create a new nodal support. Choose maybe these nodes. Okay. And the same I want to do here. And here I choose now this node 7. Okay. As a next thing, I can think about some transport supports maybe. Here on the bottom of the segment 2, it's not fixed, the members, I would say. So it would be possible to create here an additional member what is acting only in the step of the support. The same would be thinkable for segment 1 at the bottom side. For example, I will show it for the segment 2. That's why I add here new members, maybe with a cross section. Which will acting only in the stage of transport. Okay. Let me see. This was all for some modeling. Now it looks a little bit crazy because the supports are displayed for the whole structure. But now we create the different stages, and then it will be more clear. For this, we create a new construction stage. So when we create a new construction stage, then we can assign any name. This is maybe good for this job where we have different stages or different situations, I will say. The first name, I can name it transport 1. So this stage does not have any previous stage. It is a stage of the beginning of start. So there are no members or surfaces are acting before. I check on the member and add the acting members in this stage. I can select all members who are acting in stage 1. So this will be my segment 1, which is created in the company and comes with a truck to the place where it is built up. So the members are added. Then, as a next step, I want to add nodal supports. For the nodal supports, I want to assign these 2 nodes and these 2 nodes. The other nodes are not assigned because they are acting not in this first stage. Okay. Now, as I said, we created this one nodal support only for the transport. And here we have the possibility to modify the properties of the nodes. So I can select again these nodes. What will we modify? We have an action of a modification. Here we want to modify the support. The original support was the support number 1. And for the stage 1, we want to have that the acting of node of support number 7 is assigned. That's all what we have to do here. We only have to say, okay, this new value of the support number 7 is acting. Then we can continue with okay. We can take a look at the first stage if everything is okay. At first, I want to show again my second file. Only that we see we have here segment 1, we have the nodes, and we have here the node supported. So, and here we can see this first stage, what is acting. So the rest of the structure is grayed out. This can be, the setting can be done here with right click, show hidden objects in background. I can display it off. Then I only see the structure 1, or I can show it, but it's not editable because it's not acting in this stage. So the turnaround of the segment, what we have maybe when it's lying on a track, this we do not model. We will consider this later on the side of the loading, because it's not possible to do it in the modeling, because then the structure would not be okay anymore. So now we have defined this our first stage. Then we will continue with the segment 2. The segment 2 is again does again have not an previous stage. It's again a stage of the beginning. So we have to change it here. It's start. So here are no members acting before. So we have to add our members. Yeah, I want to add this one to the stage 2. Again, the naming. It's really good to create an user-defined name because it's displayed in the list and it's better for an overview, to get an overview. So the same we have to do for nodal supports. We have to add the nodes of the supported nodes. Here we do not want to modify anything, so this stage is okay. We can check it again, and it's displayed correct. So now we have to create a third stage, an end stage, I would say. At the end stage, I want to show the possibility to create also one additional construction stage where I build up the segment 1, and after that I create the whole structure. So I create a new stage. Again, it's one start stage. I add the members. These members of the segment 1. For the nodal supports, I want to have now the bottom supports. Okay. And create here now a new stage. Now it's not a start stage. It's a previous stage, the stage 3. That means that member 1 till 28 is acting already, and I add now my segment 2. So these members are too much. They should not acting in at the end stage. Okay, nodal support I do not have in this end stage because they are acting only the supports at the bottom. Here I can rename as end stage, and here it is maybe construction Okay. When we have done all these inputs, then I think we are ready. We are ready for this topic. So we can control it. We can look at it. We have the stage 1 is the segment 1. We have stage 2 is the segment 3. After that is the process of building for the segment 1. And at the end, the whole structure and in an end state. Here we see now that the supports are grayed out because they are not acting at the end stage. So now we are ready with the input of the construction stages. Here we can, as a next step, now take a look at the loadings. There I go to the load combination and load cases tab. For the load cases, by default, it's created one load case. It's our self-weight. For the stage 1 and 2, for the stage of the transport, it's a little bit different, as I said, because the self-weight is not acting. When I show it, the self-weight is not acting in the global Z direction. I would say the self-weight is acting in the global Y direction. Because we turn not the structure, now we only turn the loading. This we can do if we create a new load case and call it self-weight transport. Here the self-weight is acting, but not in Z direction. It's acting in Y direction. As two additional load cases, I want to create two wind load cases. In a real example, I think we would have to assign a lot of more load cases, but it's only to show how it is acting for today's example. Here is maybe wind in X and wind in Y. So the wind loads I can assign directly. Here I want to use today not our wind load generator. I want to use the generator for member loads on an area. I want to create a new member load. It's acting on like wind in X, load direction X. I had to assign the geometry. In X direction, it's maybe for this node. Okay, and I had to choose a second area. Okay, here I have to choose the members. What should be not loaded, maybe. In our case, would it be this member? You can also choose other members when they should not get an wind load, maybe. And click OK. Then the load is assigned. Here I can separate it, display separately. Then I can see which members are loaded. And show it generally. So the same I want to do for the wind in Y direction. I choose wind Y. It's Y direction. And positive 0.6 maybe. And choose the geometry. Of the area. And a second cancel. And a second area. Okay. Choose the members what not should be loaded. And continue with OK. So fine for now. Since the loading is created, now I have to go back to the load combinations and load cases dialog. When our add-on construction stage is activated, then we have on the one side the construction stage settings for the structure, what we have done before, and we have the construction stage settings for the loading. This what we show as a next step. It's located in load cases and combinations. We have this tab construction stages. Here we see, or here we can define all load cases. Here we can define which load cases are acting on which stage. So we choose the stage 1 and in stage 1 only, in our case, the self-weight for transport is acting. So for a practical example, it could be, you could be create a little bit or many more load cases, maybe also a wind dynamic loads for transport or something else. In our case, we only have today the self-weight for transport. So the same is for the stage 2. It's only the self-weight for transport acting. In stage 3, this was the first stage for the construction. Here is not load case 2 acting, it's the first time the load case 1 acting, where the self-weight is acting in Z direction. And for the end stage, I want to do the design overall, so the wind load cases are acting too. So this was the definition for the stages. Now we have to create the load combinations. The load combinations are automatically created when the combination wizard is activated. And the combination wizard is working with the design situations. So in the tab design situations, we have the option for the wizard. Here we can do the settings for the separate load combinations. And also in construction stage cases, can we say, or can we use this wizard that we can define separate load combinations for different stages. So that means by default are created these 4 design situations according to the standard. For our job, do we need 2 more design situations? And I will create it manually. This will be also a ULS design situation, ultimate limit state, and I will call it it's stage 1 and segment 1, maybe. So for the segment 1, I can create a new combination wizard because I want to consider an initial state, and this initial state should be the segment 1, the transport. Okay, also the steel design is checked on in this design situations. So here I can add and here I can again add also the comment. It's only to get a better overview. So now I create a copy of this design situation 5. Go to the combination wizard, make 1 copy of the wizard. It's for segment 2. My initial state should be not the stage 1, it should be the stage 2. Okay. And I use for design situation 6 my combination wizard for the segment 2. Now I have defined the transport segment 1 and transport segment 2, the load combinations. As a last step, I want to create the load combinations for my end state. Here I assign also the SLS design situations. This would be also possible for the segment 1 and 2. Here is a question if it is needed, and of course the decision has to be done by the engineer if we need any check for service limit state for the transport case. So, but it would be possible in the same in the same way. So for the end state, we do the same. We use here and for the end case, I create a new combination wizard and consider not the transport. I want to consider the end stage. For the construction stage, I do not do a check today, but it would be also possible. If you click OK, then it's created. Now we can go to the load combinations tab. The combinations are created automatically. I forgot to assign my correct combination wizard for the end state. So again, go to the load combinations, and these load combinations are created automatically. Now we see for the load combination 1 till 1 till 1 till 3 and 7 till 13, the stage 4 is assigned. And for the combination 5, the stage 1. For the combination 6, the stage 2 is assigned. The stage for stage 1 and 2, only the load case 2, our self-weight in Y direction, is acting. And for the end state, also the wind is acting. So on the right side, we see the special options. Here, the initial states from the construction stage are assigned automatically. Here, it's we are not able to modify because the load combinations are created automatically. If you do not can use this combination wizard, you can also create the load combinations manually. If you click on create a new load combinations, here it's the same possible as we do it before automatically. You can create here a new load combination. You can assign maybe the load case, and you can consider an construction stage. So it's the same way. Can be done manually. So here you have only to assign this construction stages manually too. Okay, today my automatically generated load combinations are enough. So now we are ready with definition of the load cases. Okay, we can take a look at it. What we have done. For the combination 5 and 6, we said that acting the stage 1 and the stage 2. When I click on the combination 5, we see that only the supports for the stage 1 are acting, and the structure for the stage 2 are acting. The same for the combination 6. And when we take a look at the maybe combination 2, we see the whole structure is acting. The same what we can check is the load case. For the load case, we can display it also if we check on the self-weight in the navigator, and we see that the self-weight is acting in global Y direction in combination 5, and for combination 1, it's acting in global Z direction. So for this stage, we have created everything as we want. Now we are ready, I think, with the inputs, and we can start with calculation. One topic I want to explain, I do not want to do it today, but I want to explain the possibilities. The same what we have done with the nodal support, that we can modify the supports in the different stages, would be possible for, I would say, the members. For the members itself, I had created the design types, the ultimate configurations for the design at the beginning. So the effective length and so on. In construction stage add-on, would it be possible to define for different stages different parameters? This would be possible if you when you go to the tab members, choose one member where you want to modify the parameters. You have also some modification, and here you could choose the property of what you want to modify. Maybe the effective length, maybe the ultimate configuration, or the serviceability configuration. That means when you have a different situation in the different stages, then you could modify it also, or in the same way, in the different stages. Today it's not needed, but I only want to show this possibility that it would be possible. Okay, then we can continue with calculation. If we click calculate all, then the static analysis is done, and also the steel design. And we can check the results. So now we can check the results for the different stages or different combinations. for what is important for the steel design, we have the possibility to display our results sorted by the design situations. So this is a good thing that we have. Okay, design situation 1 is now my end state. Here everything is okay, and design situation 4, design situation 5 and 6 was my transport of the segment 1 and transport of the segment 2. So here I can check if the stresses are okay, also in the design, in the transport case. As I said at the beginning, we have here added members only for transport. Here I can maybe optimize the structure that I can really say if I need this additional members or if I don't need it. When I take a look at the segment 1, I have an utilization of 40%. So I think, or I say, I do not need here additional members. The same when I take a look on segment 2, I have nearly no ratio. So I would not need these members too. So in this way, I could optimize the system for the end state and the transport in the same way. The same I can display the results graphically. If I take a look at the design ratio, by default, all design situations are selected. Here you can select only maybe design situation 5. Then you get only the results for the design situation. In this case. So this is a good thing to get an overview over to the different stages. What is also needed is to document to do a good documentation. So in general, we have our printout report where we can display all the results, all the result values. I want to say when I open a new printout report, then you will see all the inputs we have done, also for the construction stages and so on. By tables as it is default in Rfem. So what is more important or more important to get an overview is maybe you can display your results on the segment 1. You can print this picture to the printout report. You can do some settings, and here you can save and show. And then this picture of the design check ratio is also added to the printout report. So the printout report is open, and we see here this picture of the structure is added. You can modify it in the size. Maybe it's full page and so on. window filling maybe. Okay. Then it's updated and it is a better display and a better documentation possible. So, and this is the case. What I want to show you, or this is all what I want to show you, that you have the possibility with the add-on construction stage analyze to do different jobs. Maybe you can check such a tower in an end state and also in a construction stage and a transport stage in one file, in one structure. So it is better for an optimization if you have any changes, you can easily change the things and all stages are checked automatically. So hopefully you enjoyed today's webinar. I want to say thank you for listening and I want to give back to Andreas.
Thank you, Ulrich, for your nice presentation. I have an additional hint for you. You can book our online courses, for example, the Rfem 6 course. Yeah, that's a course for beginners. Then the Eurocode 2 course for the reinforced concrete design with Rfem 6. Eurocode 3 for the steel design. Eurocode 5 for the timber design and Eurocode 8 for the earthquake design. You can get one such a course for free when you send us a customer project and it will be published. Yeah? Then you get, after the publishing of the customer project, such a single course for free. Yeah, and if you want to see the content of the webinars and the original prizes, just click at the buttons here, or you can scan the QR codes. Now you can download the slides from the same page where you will find the recording and the webinar models. The next days you will get an email with a link to that page. Other free online services are the Dlubal community, for example. You can ask questions there, for example, to us or to other Dlubal users, where they will help you or we will help you. Then there's the GeoZone tool. Some clicks are still for free. Then the cross-section properties. You can download 3D models for free. Yeah, also the free full trial version. Yeah, and when you scan this QR code, you will find all our free services. Now, and more information can you find on our website, dlubal.com. For example, the knowledge base articles, or you can ask the Mia AI assistant, all the day, all the night, 24/7. She will answer you. She will answer you with the content of our website, the knowledge base articles and the FAQs. Just try it. Okay, I thank you for your attention. Thank you, Ulrich, for the presentation. I hope we meet each other in a future webinar. See you then. Bye-bye.